so it's going to be boring to have to walk to get to everywhere when I want to go. Over. My scariest moment in space so far has been after I used our bathroom. I didn't get it ready for the next person, and so had they gone and used the bathroom, it would have made a big mess. But I remembered in time and went back and got the bathroom all set for the next person, and so there wasn't a disaster. Over. That's a good question, Michael. The easy answer is we just look outside and see if it's light or dark outside. Of course, we go around the Earth every 90 minutes, and so in 24 hours we can see 16 sunrises and sunsets. But for our own day and night, when we should be awake and when we should be sleeping, we just turn the lights on and off and we look at the clock. Over. Caitlin, I like to share this experience with my family and friends. So I like to take pictures and send them to the Earth. I like to write email, and I like to use our space phone to call my friends on the ground. Over. Another question from you, Caitlin. We don't have showers, we don't have baths, we have basically washcloths and water, and so we clean ourselves just using a washcloth. Over. Great question, Faith. I think our tastes change a little bit when we get into space. We have a limited menu, so sometimes the food gets kind of boring, but I think the sense of taste changes a little bit too. We get a little congested up here, and it's because our bodies change a little bit when we're in space. The fluids in our body and the blood kind of moves up into the chest and head, and it makes your nose kind of congested. And so if you ever notice when you have a cold that you can't really taste things just as well, it's because your sense of smell plays a large role in your sense of taste. And so I think taste changes a little bit up here. Over. It's very important for us to exercise to keep our bones and muscles and hearts healthy. So we have an exercise bike, we have a treadmill, and we have an exercise machine that provides resistance, kind of like lifting weights. And with those three machines, we're able to stay very healthy up here. Over. Great question, Savannah. I think it's an amazing thing that we have private companies that are working to be able to get people into space, when right now only 3 countries have independently done that. But it's such an amazing place to be. I think it's great that more people are get to share in this opportunity. Over. Eric, there are several experiments that have to do with the human body. I'm a physician, so I'm particularly interested in those. But for instance, in space, we think that our immune functions, or our immune systems, the part of our body that fights off infections is affected. And so we do blood draws and send samples back down to the Earth so that they can see how our immune systems change. And that might be helpful to figure out, help patients on the Earth that have problems with their immune systems. Over. Michael, I love working up here. It's really fun to be working with a big team of smart people and to be successful at that. But even though I like the work, I think my favorite time is after we've finished work and I get to talk to my family and I get to spend some time relaxing, taking pictures out the window. Over. That's an interesting question, Stapley. I haven't been asked that before. You know, I definitely think that being up here has improved my knowledge. It's let me learn what it's like to live and work in microgravity, and I feel very blessed and thankful for this opportunity, and I enjoy getting to share it with people on the ground. Over. Marcus, I love looking at the United States to find cities where I've lived and where I have friends, but I also like looking at countries like Australia and the continent of Africa. Thanks, Matt. I haven't. Luckily, we don't see these objects. We haven't seen anything that come close to the ISS, and if we did, it would be difficult to see because they'd be traveling very fast. Over. We have a robot up here called Robonaut, and hopefully someday he'll be able to help us do repairs on the outside of the space station. It also has some interesting experiments where we've controlled robots on the ground. The possibility of doing that to explore Mars.